Today you will be taking a quiz on force and motion. Please make sure you put your name, your number, and the date on your test. Listen carefully. If you need anything repeated, listen to it a second time. Number 1. Students wanted to see if the distance a marble rolled down a ramp changed the force it had. They allowed a marble to roll down the ramp from different starting points and strike a second marble. Marble 1, marble number 2. Marble 1, marble number 2. Marble 1, and marble number 2. To determine if the force of the rolling marble changed, what should the students measure? A, the mass of marble number 2 before and after being struck by marble number 1. B, the distance marble number 2 moves after being struck by marble number 1. C, the time it takes marble number 2 to move after being struck by number 1. Or D, the direction marble number 2 moves after being struck by marble number 1. Number 2. Students hung 3 washers on a string 20 centimeters long off the edge of a desk and timed how long it took the washers to swing back and forth one time. They repeated the investigation using the same 3 washers with string that was 30 centimeters long and 40 centimeters long. 20 centimeters, 3 washers, 2 seconds. 30 centimeters, 3 washers, 3 seconds. 40 centimeters, 3 washers, 4 seconds. The students are testing the effect of which factor on the time it takes the washers to swing? The height of the desk, the length of the string, the number of washers, or D, the number of swings. Number 3. If a student has 2 magnets, how might it be determined which magnet is stronger? A, count how many paper clips each magnet can lift. B, submerge each magnet in a bowl of water. C, examine each magnet to determine the North Pole. Or D, measure the length and mass of both magnets. Number 4. Students conducted an investigation in which they rolled a soda can down a ramp that was 30 centimeters high and one that was 40 centimeters high. Which question were the students most likely trying to answer? A, how does mass of a soda can affect the distance it will roll? B, how does surface friction affect the distance a soda can will roll? C, how does the size of a soda can affect the distance it rolls? Or D, how does the ramp height affect the distance a soda can rolls? Number 5. A class wanted to know if a golf ball and a table tennis ball would roll the same distance after rolling down a ramp. Which of the following shows a fair test of this idea? A, B, C, or D? Number 6. Students conducted an investigation in which they measured the distance a toy car traveled after rolling down a ramp covered with sandpaper or wax paper. Which of these questions can the students answer by analyzing the results of their investigation? A, how does changing the height of a ramp affect the distance a toy car rolls? B, how does changing the surface of a ramp affect the distance a toy car rolls? C, how does mass affect the distance a toy car moves after rolling down a ramp? Or D, how does the design of a toy car affect its movement after rolling down a ramp? Number 7. The diagram below shows a view of a ball from above a table. The ball is rolling across the table, and a student lightly taps the rolling ball in the direction shown below. The original direction of the ball, direction of the tap by the student. In which direction does the ball most likely move after the student taps the ball? A, B, C, or D? Number 8. 4 students stand facing a box. The diagram below shows an overhead view of the box. The numbered circle represents the positions of the students. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What do the students need to do to slide the box to the northeast? A. Students 1 and 2 push and students 3 and 4 pull. B. Students 1 and 4 push and students 2 and 3 pull. C. Students 2 and 3 push and students 1 and 4 pull. Or D. Students 3 and 4 push and students 1 and 2 pull. Number 9. The picture below shows a pulley system that can be used to lift a box. Which of these should a person do to lift the box? F. Tie the end of the rope to the box. G. Tie the end of the rope to the ceiling hook. Or H. Pull the end of the rope downward. Number 10. An object's motion will not change unless an outside force acts on it. Which graph shows the motion of an object that is moving with no force acting on it? A, B, C, or D? Number 11. Plan if you are trying to design an experiment that tests the... I'm going to start over. Number 11. Plan if you are trying to design an experiment that tests the effect of a force on an object. Which should you do first? A. Draw conclusions. B. Make observations. C. Write a well-defined question. Or D. Formulate a testable hypothesis. Number 12. Which of the following is not an example of accelerated motion? A. An elevator going up at a constant speed. B. An elevator slowing down. C. An elevator speeding up. Or D. A car taking a curve at a constant speed. Number 13. Which of the following is a contact force? A. Electric. B. Friction. C. Gravity. D. Magnetic. Number 14. A spring scale is a tool that measures the strength of a force. It has a scale marked with units of force, such as newtons. When you pull on the scale's hook, a pointer lines up with the marking that describes the strength of your pull in newtons. A student attaches a spring scale to a block as shown below. The student drags the block across the surface by pulling on the spring scale. The markings on the scale tell her the number of newtons of force needed to drag the block. How can the student use the spring scale to compare the force of friction between the block and the different types of surfaces? A. She can pull harder on the spring scale. B. She can pull a bigger block across the surface. C. She can pull the block a greater distance across the surface. Or D. She can pull the same block across 2 different surfaces. Number 15. A skydiver's parachute is closed as he falls. Suddenly, he opens the parachute and his speed decreases. Which caused his change in motion? F. Air resistance increased. G. Air resistance decreased. H. Gravity increased. J. Gravity decreased. Please check over your work. Listen to anything that you may need repeated. Turn your test in quiz in when you are completed.